talk today about two trades that I have, and the difference between those trades were the patient versus lack of patient that I had, and both of them were green, but you're gonna see that the amount that I left on the table was huge, and it was based just on stupidity. The first one, that was the stupidity one, is Nike. I'm following Nike. I love, and this is what I do when I see events like earning or something, and I know some of the stock. I have a list, and then when I get at a certain point in those stocks, I'm putting alert, very simple alerts. So I can do a swing, for example, for the gap here or whatever. So Nike is on my radar, and because Nike is now in the gap, it's on my radar almost every day. And the trade started pretty well. Like if you see, just a second, I want to put here the pre-market. This day here. Yeah. So there was this is the pre-market, and this is my 9, and I started, and I think I was even in Scott's room in the 44 trade, and we got here. At the same time, the market was not doing well, even going a little bit to the other side, whatever, but Nike kind of held on, and I stick to that stock, and with no partial. That was my entry, 62.30. I have 30-cent stop, and I kind of hold it. And even when it did the retest, I felt comfortable because I knew what happened. That was a good support of the pre-market. Now it got towards the lunchtime, and definitely you're gonna see what the chart did and what Amir did, like totally different. And the next stock you're gonna see that I actually follow myself. It took time, and then I decided that around 63, that was the round number, a little bit before the high here, that was 63.19, and I had to go. Usually when I need to go, I just put some automatic order. I don't know what's going through my mind. I had automatic order, and I got out here. Let's see here. Few cents before 63, so I locked like 70 cents, more than 1 to 2. But definitely you can see that there was no reason to do it. As Amir got out, that's where the smart people come in, and instead of lock 70, the stock did from that area another $1.20, whatever. This is just psychology. I was patient, I knew what I'm doing. Here, I decided I don't know what I'm doing. So, learn. At the same time, I took Cedar. Also, you can see the daily. Also, it's on my radar. Huge momentum in the last few days, so it's always on my chart. Round number. Pretty simple, straightforward. I took it around. Pretty simple trade. We got above the pre-market. I felt good support around the 9, so around 3. We took the trade, and the stop was 310, sorry. And the stock was here, 10 cents. And the stock moved, and as you can see here, let's move it to 5 minutes. The stock was holding pretty nice, and I had patience. I knew what the daily can do, and let's zoom. Every time you could see that it gone up, the volume increased, got support to the view up. So I took partial along 350, and again, this is what you need to remember. It was a 10-cent stop. So if I took a partial before 350 here, it was almost 1 to 4, which is huge. the stock again hit the 9 EMA, you could actually raise your stop around here, and then actually got up to around 370, and I think here I got out, which I'm okay. Like what happened here after a while here, I was not trading, that was a good area. I was not here, I'm just talking about this area here. So around 370, almost 126 or something, I took another one, and when it broke the 9 EMA, I got out. Again, nothing to complain, two green trades, but really the Nike pool management, like I was ashamed, like the way I handled it, and just because I was impatient, and I don't know. Psychology part is pretty important. You need to follow it, and you have to train like like adult, like professional, and there's a lot of things that you can do. Again, automatic orders. Um, so I could took a power shot if I'm going back to Nike. I could took a power shot before, which was okay. Round numbers pretty good. And then I had to go back, think a little bit, like in few seconds, and see where the stocks can be. Put a stop, put another target, and manage like a pro. If you have any question, write me under. Thank you.